Jai Hind everyone. I am Shruti Jain, Assistant Professor, MC Department from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. The lecture today that I am delivering is related to the subject Privacy and Security in Online Social Media. The subject code is KCA031 and the topic that we are discussing is Trust Management and Phishing in Online Social Network. The target students for this is MCA second year, 4th semester. So first, let's understand what trust is. Trust is basically the faith that we show on to different people when we are connected on the social network. Now, when we are talking about a trust, it could be based on the expertise of the people to whom we are connected on the social network, or it could be an interest base where the people of similar interest are connecting together and developing the trust over each other. It could be on the basis of disclosure and identity. Disclosure identity means we are disclosing some of our information so that other people can benefit out of it, and it could be in general for a set of social or economic advantages that we can obtain when people of same interest or people of different communities come together and interact with each other. So when we are talking about the trust, we have different aspects that are taken into account when we are talking about trust in online social network. It could be, those are the properties of trust, the components from where the trust is made, and the strength of those ties which connect the user, as well as the connection between different social traits. Social traits over here mean social communities that in which we are living and are connected with each other. So coming the first topic that we are discussing in the trust is the trust properties. The first property that is here is the trust is subjective in nature. Now, when we are talking about trust is subjective in nature, that means that an opinion that is given by a subject can be evaluated differently in terms of trust by other individual. That means when I am talking about a particular topic, then, or if I am connecting with different people, every person will have their own perspective in believing in me or trusting in me. So it is a personal view of a person of how much to trust the other person. It could be one person is so trustworthy that I am trusting another person so much that I can share any kind of data with that person. But when it comes to the other person, he or she might not be that much of trustworthy, though both of them are in the friend list of mine. So trust is subjective. It is dependent upon various factors. It could be like the personal interactions. It could be the behavior of a different person who is connected to you. It could be the depth of the relationship. It could be an immediate friend of mine, or it could be a friend of friend. So when it is a friend of friend, in that case, I might not be trusting the friend of my friend, but I would be trusting fully to my friend. Trust is dynamic. It says that it increases or decreases with new experience, because every day everyone is experiencing different experiences. So at one point of time, it could be possible that I am trusting my friend a lot, but at the other point, maybe because there have been certain experiences or certain situations which might have happened into our life due to which the trust shakes, or it could either increase or it could decrease. Trust is asymmetric in nature. That means when two individuals are involved in a relation, trust is not necessarily identical in both the directions. That means, again, it talks about the subjective nature. That is, if the level of trust that I am having for a particular person, it is not necessary that the other person will have the same level of trust in me. I can trust the other person and I can share as much information I want, but it could be a possibility that the other person is not interested in sharing any of the information with me. So it could be based on the personal experiences or psychological backgrounds. The next property, trust is context dependent. So it is dependent on situations. At one situation, you can trust a person, but on the other situation, you might not trust that person. So as we can see in the example over here, that one may trust another person enough to lend that person a pencil, but may find a person hard to trust with a borrowed laptop, for instance. So it depends upon the situation in which we are talking about the trust level. So when the situation or the context is of a very general nature, then we tend to trust the person more. But when it comes to more of a level where a lot of things are at stake, there the trust needs a differentiation. The next one, trust is personalized. Two different parties can have very different opinion about the trustworthiness of a same person. So suppose me and my friend are talking about any third person. So the level of trust that I maintain with that third person could be different from the level of trust my friend is maintaining for that particular person. So here again the trust is personalized, it is subjective in nature, and it depends upon every person's viewpoint on which they are trusting the other person. So now coming to different trust evaluation models, we have the three models that we are talking about. The first one is structure based trust model, the next is interaction based trust model, and the third one is the hybrid based trust model. So when it comes to the structure based trust model, it only takes into account the structural properties of the social network, wherein we have different structural models which we talk about, and there on the basis of it the level of trust either increases or decreases. Then comes the interaction based trust model, where the different perspective of interactions among different people are taken into account, and on that the trust is developed. So here the interaction or the communication between the two parties is very important. The last one, hybrid based trust model, here both the aspects, that is the structural trust model and the interaction trust model, are taken into account. So coming to structure based trust evaluation model, the models that exploit the social network structure in evaluating trust have been developed, which are based on the concept of web of trust. In these models, a trust network is usually created for each member, representing the other members as node and the amount of trust as the edge between those nodes. So the different people whom we are connected with are treated as nodes, and the relationship that we are maintaining is considered as an edge between those two nodes, which link those two nodes. So measuring increases in both the in degree and out degree of any two members, and the level of trust a member can have in another is measured. In general, receiving information from members with a higher in degree increases the level of trust, and the members with higher out degree has a higher level of trust. The levels of trust increase if the members direct their ties more towards the members with higher out degrees. So when we are connecting to a person, if we see that that person is having a lot of out degree or increase in the out degree, then we can consider that person as a trustworthy person. The next model that we have is interaction based trust model, which talks about two things: the action of individual users as well as the interaction between the pair of users. So here whenever we are talking about the interaction between two people can happen in two ways. It could be the interaction direct or the type of the actions they are performing. So the trust factors are divided into two main categories. The first one is the user factor, which talks about the features which are associated with a given user, who can either be a truster or a trustee. And the other category, that is composed of interaction factors, it refers to the features which are associated with the interaction that occurs between the pair of users, that is the truster or the trustee. The next trust model that we have is hybrid trust evaluation model. It supports two complementary approaches. The first, as we have already discussed, that hybrid trust model is basically a combination of structured trust model and interaction trust model. So it has two approaches on which the hybrid trust model works. The first one is explicit social trust, which is based on the network structure, where the network is created between different users, and the concept of graph theory is used, where the people are considered as nodes and the relationship between the people is considered as their edges. The other one is implicit social trust, which is based on the user's interaction in the network. So if we talk about the explicit social trust, it relies on the consciously established social ties. Each time two users interact, they exchange their friend list and save them as a friendship graph. Trust is calculated on friendship graph with direct link or a friend having the highest trust value of 1. So implicit trust, it is based on the frequency and the duration of the contact between two users. The more frequently the users are interacting with each other, the more trust they develop onto each other. Now, how do we protect our privacy on online social media? So we have some of the points through using which we can protect our privacy on the online social media platform. The first one talks about to read and understand the privacy terms. We should carefully read and understand the terms that are being laid by the online social media platform. Then we should understand the features of the site, how they are providing the privacy features, and we can use them. So we should adjust our privacy settings accordingly while we go through the site features. Biographical information, we should only share only that much of information that is required. We should not without sharing our age or date of birth or the place of birth. Some things which can be skipped need to be skipped while you are filling or registering yourself onto a social media platform. Then giving access to the account information, only that much access should be given that is required. Friends or contacts, we should maintain proper friend list and we should only accept those contacts as friends whom we know or we trust. Turn off your location because it is very easy to access your information if your location is on. Be careful about posting photos online. We should be very careful while we are posting the data online, because once the data is uploaded on the social media, it never gets deleted. It always remain into the platform forever. It could be accessed maybe thousands of years after. Avoid clickbait. That means you should avoid clicking on some of the links which seem to be genuine, but those are not genuine links. Coming to security tips for privacy on online social media. So we should choose a strong secure password. Always use different password for different social media accounts. We should change our passwords frequently. These are very basic things that we need to take care when we are working on the online social media platform. Avoid logging into public computers or using friends' phone to log in into the social media accounts. We should use a VPN so that our original IP address is not taken up while you are interacting with other people, or it remains hidden. Avoid using public or shared devices to access your social media accounts, and avoid clicking on social media link, even the ones that are sent to you by your friends. The next topic that we are discussing is phishing in online social media. So, phishing refers to the use of deceptive tactics to trick the users to share their sensitive information or to take the sensitive information like their login credentials, financial details, personal information through social media platform. It is an attack that is being executed through the platforms very commonly used like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook or Twitter. So the purpose of such attack is to steal the personal data and gain control on your social media account. Now coming to different phishing scams, the first one is email notification phishing, wherein the user sends you different emails portraying himself as a genuine person or a genuine source from which an email is coming. Once you click on those emails or those links that are coming into those mails, some malicious software or some kind of a software get installed into your system through which the hackers can access your information. So social media sites use email to communicate with users about the security updates or account information. When they are coming from well-known media sites, users normally trust them, and users receive these email messages. They often click links and buttons in the message body without paying attention to the rest of the design. So hackers take the benefit of that and they try to access the sensitive information from the user. The next type of phishing that we have is LinkedIn phishing, wherein fake job profiles are created by different users so that they can get the target people from there, and when the people fill their job applications, their whole of the information is taken up by those scams or those fake accounts, and they try to like forge that information and use it for unethical purposes. So hackers send emails, LinkedIn messages and links to you to con you into divulging sensitive information, credit card data, personal information or login credential. The threat actors could hack into your LinkedIn account to pose as you and send phishing messages to your connections to collect their personal data. So they even hack your accounts and pose you as a legitimate user, and then they can access the data of your friends as well. The next one is voice phishing, which is phishing, also known as phishing. It is a cybercrime where the attackers use phones to steal the personal information from their targets. So there what they do, they try to persuade the victims to provide their personal information, typically to access their financial accounts. The next one is smishing, that is SMS phishing, where the people use the SMSs in order to access the data, like it is implemented through text messages giving the attacking name as smishing. Here, the criminals execute the attack with the intent to gather the personal information, that could be social insurance or the credit card numbers. So, they try to steal the personal details from you by posing as a representative of your bank, or maybe to update the KYC of your bank, or maybe some sources, so that they can get the access to your personal information. The next one is Instagram phishing. Here, it begins when a hacker creates a fake Instagram login page, and these sham pages are crafted to look as much as real sites as possible, and when you provide your Instagram user ID and password to that page, they capture your credentials, and later they can use your Instagram profile for their own purpose, and they can damage whatever you have posted onto the media platform, as well as they can get access to your friends' data as well. Some other entities or schemes that come up in online social media, it could be Facebook, it could come in these forms like Facebook quizzes, email phishing, crypto scams, executive impersonation, fake business profiles, fake job offers, urgent messages, fake customer support or shortened URL. Now, how do we avoid these kind of social media phishing attacks? We should never accept friend requests from the people whom we don't know. Not to use the same password and username for all your accounts. If you suspect a website or an email, always check the URL. Shortened URLs to be avoided. If someone is asking for money, make sure to confirm their identity offline via phone call. Not to take quizzes, and don't click on any suspicious link. Now, why are these phishing attacks successful? Because there are shortened URLs coming up nowadays. It is very difficult to identify the original source from where it is coming. Message forwarding, there are messages which are forwarded in bulk to different people, and they just need only a single person to make it as it is coming from a legitimate source. Once your friend forwards it to you, you consider it as an authentic message and you try to access it. Public accounts or visible accounts again are a target for LinkedIn attacks, because there when your data or when your information is public to all, the people tend to use that information to create fake accounts. Fake profiles, spear phishing. So, in fake profiles, if we look into LinkedIn, there was a time when a lot of fake accounts were created on LinkedIn for to give the opportunity for job, and they were charging some of the registration amount so that the people can register and can get the jobs later on. So, these kind of attacks again are fool the people so that they can share their information. Now, how do we avoid them, or what are different cases of social media fraud? The first one is fake profile or impersonation, wherein the people impersonate themselves as a legitimate user, and they try to take your information, posing themselves maybe as a bank representative or something. there are different phishing scams where the scammers send fraud messages or links via social media. They try to steal personal information, login credentials, or financial details. So we should be cautious of unsolicited messages which contain these kind of links. Then fake contests or giveaways. Again, there are different contests that are coming, and giveaways, they try to give away some goodies for those who are winning those contests. So we should be careful about all those things as well. So fraud accounts or pages, they may offer fake contests to lure users into providing personal information, and they get engaged into malicious activities. Then fake news and misinformation. Again, malicious actors, they spread false or misleading information through the social media platform to confuse the people or to manipulate the public opinion. So it is our duty to verify the credibility of that news source and to check the fact information before sharing it with other people. So if you are a victim of social media phishing account, the first and the foremost thing is to change your password. You need to review your account settings, and you need to put those settings in such a way that only the legitimate users can use, can see your information, only that the one that you want to show, and no unauthorized changes can be made. If there have been a phishing attack, you need to report it about the phishing attempt to the cyber cell so that they can take action. And it is also necessary to inform the only online social media platform that there has been a phishing attempt onto your account. Also, scan your devices for any malware. If you have clicked on any of the phishing link or downloaded any of the suspicious file, try to scan your device with a particular antivirus or anti-malware software so that it can be detected and removed. So that's all for today. Thank you.